Hi there, my name's Fiona. I'm one of the team here at PTFS Europe. And what's on my mind today is reporting catalogue concerns. So this is a relatively new feature in Koha that allows both staff and the library users to let the library know of any concerns they may have about the catalogue data. So, for example, perhaps they've discovered some misspellings in the data, or they have concerns about some of that metadata that's been published one way or another. So this new piece of new functionality has been derived from bug number 31028, and one of our customers, Tavistock and Portman Library, sponsored this development. So our thanks goes to them for this new piece of functionality. And I'm going to run you through the process of actually what it does and how it's managed. But before I do that, I'm going to go through the configuration and how it's all set up. So I'm going to start by going into our Koha administration, and I'm going to search for concern as a term in the system preferences. Now I've been pulled through to my matches, and you can see this top one here is for catalogue concerns. Now our drop down simply is allow or don't allow. And the first one here is allow staff to report concerns about bibliographic records. So this is referring to library staff using the Koha staff interface. Further down, we have the same for the OPAC. So again, you have the ability to allow or don't allow the OPAC users to report concerns about bibliographic records. This may be something that you are quite happy for library staff to do, but not your library users. And that's why there are two separate system preferences, so they can be switched on in isolation. This system preference here for catalogue emails, you can, if you wish, put a cataloger's email address in as the notification address, and then when any concern is submitted, it will be sent as a direct email to that person or nominated email address. You don't have to do that, however, as you'll see, you can pick it up separately in Koha anyway, but if you want them to be emailed the details, then you can put that data in there. I'm going to now look in our tools page for our corresponding notices and slips. So again, I'm just going to search for concern here, and we get 4 notices that are relevant to this piece of functionality. This first one that I'm going to talk about here is ticket acknowledge. And as the name says here, it's an acknowledgement. So when a user, whether it be staff or an end library user, submits a concern, they will get an acknowledgement. And just like any other notice text, you can configure what it says in the file here. You can also have different notice text files for each of your configured libraries, just exactly the same as any other notice file. So they've got the acknowledgement. They've got notices as well. So if a member of library staff updates the concern, they can get sent a notice with the relevant text. And also if it's been resolved, they can be sent that as well. So let's have a look at how it actually works. I'll start by doing it on the staff interface, managing that concern, and then I'll do the same on the OPAC. So I'm just going to do a search in the catalogue for an author, Kaminsky. And this one I prepared to demonstrate, you can see here, Mystery in the Sunshine. Now, I can see that the word sunshine has a misspelling. It's got 2 N's instead of 1. Okay, so possibly that's correct, but as I can see from my book cover, it shouldn't be. It is just the 1 N. So in this case, I am going to report that as a concern. So in order to do that, because we've switched on cataloguing concerns as a system preference, I can click the new menu here, and you see I've got a new catalogue concern option. So when I click into there, you can see I've got a wee template here now as well. So this template is just some, to be as descriptive as possible to help that catalogue and identify exactly what you perceive the fault to be. So you can obviously be follow this step by step, or it is just a text box, and I'll show you how this is configured in just a moment. So I'm just going to put a title. The title describes your concern, it describes the problem. So I'm just going to say misspelling of a word on the title. And then I'm not going to bother putting all of this information in. I'm just going to say it would appear that the word sunshine in the title has an extra N. Okay. And now I can just submit that. And it tells me at the top here, your concern was successfully submitted. Now that template that we saw is actually configured in one of our HTML customization files. So if I come into my tools page and come to HTML customizations, again, I can search. So my concern there, my catalog concern template file here. And when I preview the content, you can see that's what I was just seeing in that field, in that template. So I can obviously create my template to read as I want to do so. So that cataloging concern has been submitted. The catalogue would have been sent an email had we set that up. The user would have been sent an acknowledgement thanking them for their concern. And now I'm just going to show you where you find that and how you can manage the process. So in our homepage, we have our dashboard that gets dynamically updated with various things. And one of the areas in here is a catalogue concerns pending. So when I click that link, you can see there's the one I was interested in, the mystery in the sunshine. So I'll come back to this page in a moment. You can see that it has actually put it on the left-hand side here as a report in the cataloguing screen. So although I accessed it from the first page, it actually is looking at the same as I would have if I go into cataloguing first and clicked on the cataloguing concerns. So you can see it takes me to exactly the same page. So I can have a link to the user, a link to the details, a link to the title. I can have a look, I can just click on the details there, or I can click on the button. If I click on the button, it opens up my modal with the details. If I click on the details here, I'm seeing exactly the same. So you've just got two access points to the same information. So I can just now say, thank you for informing us. We will make the relevant edit. And then you can click notify, and I can comment on that. And the user would then get sent that update notification. And you can see here that it's now added a comment in to it. So if I come in and have a look, you can see that we've got the details here. So you can continue to add comments to this as you wish. Let's take it one step further, and I'll come in to edit that particular record. So just so that we can see the process in its entirety. So if I edit that record, come into my title, and I'll just remove that extra N and save. Okay, now if I go back to the home page and back look at my catalogue concern, let's now go into this again, and I can say the cataloger has amended this, and it is, and the title is now spelled correctly. Thank you. And then I can notify them again. And this time, instead of doing comment, I'm going to resolve it. So we can see that this has been updated to 2. And I have now got a resolution by whoever and the date. Now, that takes you through that process. Let's repeat it on the OPAC so you can see how that slightly differs. So I'm just going to do a search in the catalogue for search term of economy. And from the search results list, I'm going to have a look at this title here, the New Global Economies. When I come in to view this record, I'm looking at it and I go, oh, the subject term looks a little bit odd here. It looks like it's been shortened for some reason. So because I've switched the system preference to allow the users to report concerns in the OPAC, I've got this feature appearing here to report a concern. It does require the user to be a member of the library, so we do have to log into their account to be able to do that. And then you get the same kind of thing here. So I'll just do subject term incorrect. I put the concern into this one. So I'll say it looks like one of the subjects has been shortened. Is this intentional, or should it be economic instead of econ? And then I submit that. It says there, concern is successfully submitted. If I go back to the staff side and have a look again at my catalogue concerns, you can see now that I have this new one for the new global economies. What I also want to highlight at this point is that by default, this screen shows all concerns, but you do have the option at the top left to hide the resolved ones. And then, of course, you can toggle it to show all again. And this time when I go to look at it, it's exactly the same and that process continues. So this is quite a good feature. It just is another way of sort of making sure that your cataloguing is pucker, and if anybody's got any concerns about it, then they've got the ability to report that to the library. So I hope you find that useful, and thank you very much.